Alright, folks, we're back. We're talking about Pluto, like, in that time he went to hell.
I thought it was an episode where the whole point of it was he was bullying cats, and then Nikki's like, "You're gonna get your judgment day one day," and then, it's a dream, obviously, but a cat lures him to, he's like, "What, are you yellow?" And he gets him to chase him. It's like this cat cave, and it's basically he's put on trial, which is obviously the jury and everyone's all the cats, so, like, for all the crimes he's committed.
Yeah, I remember the Nostalgia Critic talked about that one on, he has this series called Dark Toons, which is, it's what it sounds like. It's him talking about cartoons that are weirdly dark.
Yeah, that episode of, that's the one of the few episodes of Nostalgia Critic I did see.
There was a time where I used to watch, like, every single thing he put out. Now I'm very picky. I don't know why.
Actually, the opposite. I gave him flack, but I do want to go back to, like, give him a sporting chance.
I don't know what it is. I was much more of a fan of his reviews when they had more of a narrative to them.
I just really liked his videos about, like, before he was on YouTube, he had his own site, and he had a video on there about, like, commercials, and there's one that goes, "Take your friends out with your Johnson."
Oh, yeah.
And it's you, your wife, and your Johnson.
Oh, he still makes those videos.
You, your kids, and your Johnson.
Yeah, yeah.
And just the, like...
Yeah, there was another one like that where it's called Ball Busters. It's like, you gotta try and bust your opponent's balls. It's like, you know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you show no remorse for it.
One thing before, because he always seemed like a very out there, you know, like super animated guy. That's why I was like, you know, it made me hesitant. But one thing he did recently that made me like respect him more was because apparently on the Oni plays, they'll make fun of Nostalgia Critic like all the time. But apparently, like, he'll go back because you're curious to see his reaction to it, and apparently he thinks they're like super funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, the fact that he can take a joke and, you know, I like, my respect for him shot up, as opposed to, like, I think they also made fun of Linkara, but he's just like, oh, you know what, they suck, their impression is not even that great. It's like, you know, that just, all that did was just like, you know, watch Linkara, but maybe give Nostalgia Critic another shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate it when people just can't take a joke for one reason or another.
I mean, I think unless the joke's like, you're literally,
Unless it's not even like a joke, it's just being hurtful.
like low blows.
Yeah, like, I bet you never kissed a girl before. I'm like, really? Come on.
That's what you say to that.
Like, what am I supposed to do with that?
I kissed my mother.
There was one I saw where you guys know the whole Chris Chan thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Unfortunately, there was this one comic where it's like a jock goes up to a nerd and he's like, "Hey, I kissed your girlfriend last night." And he's like, "How'd my cum taste?" And someone edited it to be Chris Chan. It's like, "I kissed your mom last night," and then yeah.
I've seen the Phoenix Wright where it shows both lawyers are super shocked, and it shows Chris Chan animated in the Phoenix Wright style, being like, "Oh look, I'm famous."
Oh no.
Which lawyer's gonna touch his case?
I saw one, there was a Phoenix Wright comic where it was like, whatever like the girl in the kimono's name is. I don't remember her name, but it's like Rex, let me. He's like he put her in like a little cell. It's like, Rex, let me out. No, why not? Because every time you take like more than 5 steps, you get accused of murder, and I'm having an aneurysm. Come on, it's only been like 4 times. The fact that you think that's a normal amount of times to be is actually scary. 4 is an abnormal amount of cats to have. I don't even have an analogy to 4 murder charges. Come on, they were always been false charges. Okay, listen. So the last time, so someone got murdered, and then, and it was in Turkey, and somehow you slipped on a banana peel, and were launched into space, and then somehow managed to fall onto the fingerprints and knocked over and knocked over the a bag of like a bottle of antiseptic, which removed the killer's fingerprints, but not your own fingerprints. All while somehow you managed to get some plane tickets to Turkey while sleepwalking. So forgive me if I don't trust you to be unsupervised. We are here to do the trial of Maya something or other for the bombing of Turkey. I was literally blinking. How could you do that while I was blinking? Maybe he means I'm being accused of bombing Turkey like a sandwich. No, people are dead. Oh my god, I'm gonna be a war criminal.
It's just one crazy accident.
Yeah, right. Like, oh no.
That's why the Phoenix, just the corner theme is very iconic.
Oh yes, of course. I've thought about getting into Phoenix Wright, but I feel like that one's like a bit too far out of my comfort zone. You know what I mean?
Phoenix Wright?
Yeah.
It's more like you gotta be smart about like law and like just being like technical problem solving, that kind of thing.
I'm not even smart about regular things.
Just love
I love Phoenix Wright.
Was it the anime where they like every time they point in Phoenix Wright, it would like a wind blast. It would be like objection, and it would be like a wind blast, like the
yes.
Oh.
It's amazing.
It made a law.
No!
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Oh, Chris.
Life is suffering.
Chris, I know how to call my dad, but I don't know his number. Oh.
I can't help you.
I gotta call my dad.
Are you okay?
Mike, can you call my dad for me? I wanna call my dad.
The Aaron where he's like, I don't know his number.
I don't know his number.
He's like,
Oh, I blew some shit up.
Yeah, that sounded like it was abusing your voice.
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I heard a little bit.
You should take a break. I think it's nap time.
It's not time now. Poof. Just drops.
I know siestas are a thing, but I really wish it was nap time in the workplace.
We finally got the gravity suit.
Water is no longer an issue.
We finally got the magic pancakes.
Oh, but yeah, like, Spain has it going on. They take a countrywide nap.
I was so confused for a second, Chris. I'm like, Spain?
Yeah, sorry, going to off of Mike's point of siesta.
Yeah, I know, I got that now.
Like, I think the concept of that is great. Like, everybody just stop what you're doing and chill for a couple hours.
You know what? We need more of that in this day and age.
Like, is it true that, like, I'm not sure if it's China or Japan, but they do, like, group cries?
What?
That I haven't heard.
I don't know about that one.
I had a guest speaker from my graphic design class come in and did a brainstorming. He's like, yeah, apparently they do that in like China or Japan. They do like a group cry, but they just, they'll just let it all out.
I know that, I know Japan has this thing called the Loud American, where essentially, due to like societal norms, the Japanese cannot and will not speak up to their superiors about a decision they're going to make, even if it's a stupid one and it's going to ruin the entire company. So what happens is they hire and so what happened was something, I think it was Chevy, one Japanese car company was like gonna make a horrible decision, but then there was an American on staff who piped up because, in America that's not a problem. They'll tell anyone you're stupid. So now it's like common practice for Japanese companies to have quote-unquote the loud American who will pipe up against the boss and be like, no, that's stupid for X, Y, and Z.
I cannot say for certain if the X are to blame.
An American scapegoat, if you will.
Seriously, like...
I do, yeah, because they're like super polite over there, right?
Oh, incredibly so. In fact, the first few years of school aren't even for, like, school. They're for, like, teaching manners and such.
Yeah, they're for manners, which I really wish we had in America right now. I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
None.
Exactly
Literally
none.
none. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, I had this.
It's all about that.
I had this kid in class today. He was a good kid, just a bit unfocused. Throughout most of the main, like the first part of class, he was just kind of wandering around the room. And like, we didn't stop him because the main instructor knew him, and she was like, "Yeah, I just let him do that because it's not disruptive and it works for him." I'm like, okay, fine. So, but like, it was just weird, man.
So he just, I mean, was it like he just maybe had the thing, or was like, I'm not sure if it's ADD, or
That's
or
what
you just like can't stand being in your seats. You just have to walk around.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I can relate because I think I have ADHD. Oh, there I go.
I know I do have ADD.
Which, by the way, funny story. So, I don't know if I knew you yet, Chris, but Mike, do you remember like back in 4th grade when I used to go to that one special room for like tests?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you know that was supposed to be like the extra time that like certain kids get for like to like do tests because they need.
Like,
oh,
yeah,
so
I used some of that too at some point.
oh, so you knew that.
Yeah.
Good to know everyone was in on it but me. I seriously, it never clicked for me that was what that was. I was just kind of like, oh, cool, I get to go in this room for tests. And I never thought twice about it.
Accommodations room.
What was that, Chris?
That's the room.
The fact that it was an accommodations room.
It never occurred. I didn't know what that was. No one had ever explained that concept to me. It never occurred to me like, oh, there's some people that just need more time for tests.
Which is what I appreciate. You actually want to know something even more interesting. Did you know the nun, the Sister Mary Paul, she's in charge of that?
Ew. No.
She shouldn't be.
She really shouldn't be.
So she's still alive?
Oh my god.
No, that Chris raises a good point. It's been how many years? And she wasn't young.
He's not alive, but he's right.
He's not alive, but he's right. Yeah.
Out of line, but I stand by it. I'm surprised.
Actually, surprisingly, by doing that, taking that position, it's like mellowed out.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yes, having your prefrontal lobe cut out will do that to you.
Oh my god. Okay, as far as you hear the nun stories go, like, she was intimidating, but I feel like she could have been a lot worse. Like,
I agree, but she was still pretty bad. If for no other reason than she straight up like gimped me in terms of being able to do math, because she was like, "Oh yeah, no, don't show your calculation. No, it's fine." And then then the
conduct check. Oh, you were saying?
No, I was gonna say like it's the summer math packet, not even next year, but the summer math packet was just like show all your work. I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
If you don't show your work.
Yeah, seriously, like that's honestly a little bit BS.
Summer math packet they're discussing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, I understand that it's supposed to be like so you don't just. Because the idea of it is you don't want kids to lose all that stuff they learned last year over the summer. The summer math packet's not going to actually help them with that. They're just going to dread it, rush it in 3 days, have their parents help with them, and
That's exactly what I did.
I mean, I
What
think
you have to do is simply just have a review unit at the beginning of the year with
Yeah.
relevant skills. Like,
exactly. Or like I've seen some teach. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say only because I think that only makes sense because it's like so you're not like teaching the same thing every grade because the kids just don't know anything. You can't progress.
Yeah, but like you said, quick review.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, only because I'm bad at math, but every single time I've had math in my life during a semester, the pressure in my life has just been so much greater.
Yeah, I have not been using math nearly as much as what schools would have you think.
Yeah, they're like, and you're not always going to have a calculator with you, so don't. You're like,
It aged poorly. Exactly. Oh my god. I'm sorry, this is like the third boss this session. Also, we're out of time, so I'll have to see you guys next time.
So is Samus, apparently.